Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. I just have to say, after today's show, I was driving home on the freeway and hi Lisa, and hi Lisa, other Lisa, and I was literally driving home listening to the show going like this.
Right. I think a lot of us were that way. We're like, what the hell? Shout out Chumpets.
Hi
Welcome
Chris,
back
hi
to Jeff
Wendy.
Lewis Obsessed, where we recap. I'm missing all y'all's comments. Sorry. Where we recap Jeff Lewis live every night at 6 o'clock California. I'm Sarah in Texas.
And I'm Kelly in California. Lisa, you can always watch it as a recap. What do we call it?
Replay.
Replay.
On our YouTube channel, Jeff Lewis Obsessed. There's the video with the comments there, or
Yes.
on both of our Instagrams, stories and posts, and then it's up on a podcast on Spotify if you just want to listen to it. How do you start this one today? Amen.
Well,
Talk about getting in the holiday spirit with family drama. I was not expecting it to be so
dark.
emotional, dark. I think all of us were very, I think we related to it. I honestly really don't have family drama like that, but
I do.
we all know his family. So it killed us, I think. It's like a little piece of our heart died inside.
Yes, and just so people know, Tracy Tutor was on from Million Dollar Listing, Megan, Shane, and Jeff. And the first part of the show was funny. They talked about first he told Tracy Tutor how many times she was unhealthy and skinny. Like he said it like 4 times. He's like, "You're too skinny."
He did?
Yes, I was like, "Okay, stop." Talked about Megan's
He
fire.
never says that. He never says anyone's too skinny.
Yeah, and he was like, remember he was showing people, he would be like,
Actually, I think he has said people were too skinny before.
You're right. I think that's who he was talking about. But then also Megan had her fire, an extension cord. I would think it would work.
Forget the fire. She's down 9 pounds. Woo woo.
So in 14 days, she's lost maybe like a half a pound or 3/4 of a pound a day. Sign me up.
Seriously. And she's got more energy. They're both sleeping better. They have clear minds. They're not hangry, and they're not wanting alcohol. Oh my God, this sounds like a freaking win-win for both of them. But it almost sounds like Tracy's kind of done with the no alcohol thing, and she's like, I need to wean off, so I want some alcohol. But she said it's hard to eat one piece of steak. Oh my God.
She said at one point, I'm shoving pieces of rice in my mouth, and I was like, what?
I'm shoving ice cream in my mouth. Jarno.
And part about you're frozen.
One
more thing.
Yeah.
I was just going to say Elf on the Shelf. Of course, Monroe's going to tell Theo what her dad said. That's all. Duh.
Absolutely. And I think Jeff and Shane did not realize it until they were saying that. Like, of course she's going to. And of course, we know as teachers, you're still a teacher. I was a teacher for 5 years. We know that in kindergarten, she's also going to tell them, hey, my dad said that you're really bad and Santa, Elf on the Shelf needs to watch you more. So he's coming to your house. So look out for my Dory Elf on the Shelf at your house. And then he's going to be all confused and telling his mom, who's Dory? We already have an Elf on the Shelf named, Cindy or whatever it is.
I know.
The whole thing's a shit show, but
he really effed up. But the Lewis family drama continues. The one part that made me laugh out loud today was the Los Hombres de Baby, which is the baby man in Spanish. That's the name of the novella. The baby man. They're calling Jeff the man, the baby man, the man baby.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when he teased it, I thought, okay, it's going to be lighthearted,
Shits and giggles.
Shits and giggles. Wow. There were so many layers. What do you feel about him reading Chef Stu's iWatch? Even if it was laying around, how do you feel about that? What's interesting is Tinks and Patty Stanger give lots of dating advice. And
Right.
just recently, Tinks either made a story or Patty something about going through someone's phone, and I was like,
Yes,
"Oh
it was
yeah, no one
Tinks.
should go through your phone." Like my
It
husband could figure out my password, but he would never go through my phone. But there's
it
no
was
reason for
Tinks.
him to.
Yeah, it was Tinks that said it.
Oh,
And we're not
Tinks.
talking shit and giggles. We're talking diarrhea and seizures. This was just, first of all, I think the story of finding the watch sounds a little not implausible. I just need a little bit more information. I feel like we're not getting all the details. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he says Chef Stu leaves everything laying around,
True.
so I can see him laying a watch around. Like he says, he's left his wallet around, his keys around, his shoes.
I just can't believe that Stu wouldn't have a passcode. You know
See,
what I
I
mean?
don't know Apple watches. I only know my
Apple
Fitbit.
Watch.
And
By
so
the
you
way,
have a password on it?
I did. Yes, it's the same password as my phone. So I thought if I put my password in my phone, it automatically went to my watch. But I don't know. I'm not very techie and stuff like that. And I know Stu is kind of, I don't want to say forgetful, but doesn't always think all that stuff through. I can't believe that somebody wouldn't have a passcode on their, I don't know.
I can see it because I just wouldn't want to type it in all the time. Every time I see, or when I used to use my Fitbit to read text, I just wanted to look up and read the text. I didn't want to type in a password on it. That'd be annoying to me.
I do it. I do it once a day in the morning. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh,
But I
just
wear
once a
mine all day.
day.
I wear mine all day. So Stu doesn't sound like he wears his all day.
So once a day you put in the password and then you don't have to do it every time.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Maybe that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because I did see some messages on social media and they're just kind of confused, which I think we all are, but it sounds like, and we've been chatting about how Jeff just kind of sounded off sometimes, right? Like
Well, we
he's not
didn't
talking
say,
about his dad. He's not talking about Claudia. He's not really talking about Stu a ton. So it just makes all of our brains go like, what's going on? Are they together? Are they not? Are they happy? Are they not? Are they just deciding to not put all their personal drama out there? But
right.
now we know there has been drama with Claudia and Tom at the Pelican Hill.
Well, I remember that because he talked about it, how Stu was with him at that dinner, and it was really embarrassing because he never says his stepmom. He says his dad's wife, by the way, that Todd and his dad's wife, they got in an argument and they got up and left. So he did talk
about it. You're right. Because we couldn't figure out what it was about.
He said it was about a brother, and now we know it was about a business deal with one of the brothers. And because we were like,
probably Greg, don't you feel like? Because I don't feel like him and Todd are on the outs.
I don't think they're on the outs, but according to Jeff, their relationships are all strained. I thought honestly,
with Tom,
he said all three brothers.
No, but Tom's relationship is strained with all three sons.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. All three sons. And honestly, I thought maybe he was talking about Todd because Todd's doing that new MD thing, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm totally guessing.
Right. Yeah. That's all we can do, because all we can do is listen intently to what Jeff says and try to figure it out. But to me, it almost makes sense. He is in regular therapy. How do you come back from that? Someone said, talking about his kid.
Robotic narcissist. Raised by two narcissists.
She's 6. And I totally understand what Jeff is saying. It's boring to talk about sitting and watching a movie with Monroe. He's of course going to play up and talk about the nights out and the drinking and the exciting stuff. That's what we want to hear about. Is it more drama for all of his listeners to think, oh, Jeff just parties, he's never with Monroe? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of part of it, right?
Right. Well,
but he does talk about what a family guy and what a dad he is. He does talk about all that too, so we know that side too.
Right, and
I think sounds so hurt today. It broke my heart. Someone said, Wendy, absolutely.
And I think when he goes out, he's not going out to like Shane till 2 or 3 in the morning. He probably goes to a business dinner, hangs out for a little bit. He always says that he wants to be home to put her to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Which to me is fine, because that's kind of the special part of a night. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And it sounds like with his schedule, There's so many comments. I can't even read them all. Keep them all coming. We love seeing your comments. Welcome to anyone that's brand new. We love y'all joining. Oh, you missed the show this morning?
Ooh,
oh my
girl.
gosh, Mina, go back and listen on the app.
Yes.
Somebody said he was surprised that Stu and Jeff are still together. I don't know what's going on with that. It did sound like a united front to me. It did sound like Jeff was not upset at Stu.
Yeah.
Well, he said he was, but he's since talked about that already and said, hey, let's set some boundaries with reaching out to my family and friends and telling them too much of our drama, which that is right. Understandable, correct?
Yes. And I think that he was hurt by Claudia, but really dug the last was the dad argument. I think
was that yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. They were on the phone and Shane was in the car or something like that.
Yeah. So realizing that a family member thinks of you that way, and then like somebody said, like, or I think Tracy, it's in text, that's even different. But I think what really, really, really hurt him also was his dad, and just
well, like he said, every parent, mom or dad, is always their worst critic, right? You always think you could be doing things better. You shoulda, woulda, coulda. Guilt. You're failing your children. We've all had our moments. Yes. And you know, Monroe's a firecracker, so she's not exactly super easy to whatever. We love her, but so I think Jeff is always questioning what
Claudia was projecting her feelings about Tom onto Jeff.
Oh, that's good, Natalie. That's good.
I have to say, like, I only met them at the Amazon launch, but they all seem like really lovely, happy family people. So you never know what goes on behind closed doors, I guess.
Yeah. I think what hurt him is he has known her for 30 years. That's a long time.
But then why don't you call her stepmom?
I think because it happened when he was a grown adult. And by that point, it just sounds kind of silly. Like, I don't know. I'm not in that situation, but I don't see it as a negative that he doesn't call her stepmom.
I think it would hurt. I think it would hurt Claudia after that many years. Honestly, I do.
Why?
Especially if she's a part of Monroe's life,
But she's not raising Jeff. Jeff met her. What's 30? He met her at 22. You're not really raising her at that point.
No,
raising him.
But I think it shows a sign of acceptance and love. And like I said, if Monroe is referring to Claudia as grandma, then yeah, that's your stepmom, dude. I don't know. I think
because he does say grandma and grandpa, doesn't he?
I just think it's telling of their relationship, and we don't know what their relationship is other than that she's Tom's wife. I mean, he said she was lovely.
Remember whenever the last time he was in New York during BravoCon and he didn't bring Claudia?
Yep.
I think we talked about that. It was interesting that he didn't bring Claudia as her babysitter because they had so much good time. First of all, not that he cares about saving money, but he would save money from paying Nanny Lisa. But who better to hang out with your kid all day than grandma?
Than the grandma, yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't bring her last time, so we should have known there was a sign there.
I think we even said that. Why didn't he bring Claudia?
We did.
Because she would have been the perfect person to do stuff with Monroe.
Because at the time, I don't feel like he had said anything about their argument.
No. Well,
I think he said something about that. I don't know.
He had talked about the Pelican Bay thing. I mean, because that happened in the summer. That's when they were going like every weekend already. weekend or whatever. So
do you think that's the last time they've seen them?
that's that last